Super Bowl Sunday is just days away, and Minneapolis is preparing its U.S. Bank Stadium for the NFL's 52nd championship game, where last year's champs, the New England Patriots, will face off against the Philadelphia Eagles. Former New York Giants running back Tiki Barber joins me now to discuss what we can expect on the field. All right, so Tiki, the Patriots are clear favorites in this game. Tom Brady is looking for his 6th Super Bowl victory, while you have in Philadelphia backup turned starting quarterback Nick Foles. What are going to be the keys here for the Eagles if they are going to pull off the upset?
I think the biggest obstacle in beating the New England Patriots is that they don't make mistakes. They're not going to give the game away by any stretch of the imagination. And so if they should make a mistake, you have to capitalize on it. I think more importantly, if you get an advantage on them, you have to stay aggressive. We saw last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, I should say, in the AFC Championship game, the Jacksonville Jaguars had a lead, but they took their foot proverbially off the gas, and New England methodically found their way back in the game and ultimately won it. So for Philly to win this game, it's simple. You pressure the quarterback in Tom Brady, which the Giants have done twice in 07 and 11. Not that I was keeping track of those 2 losses that the Pats had.
Not at all.
And then also make some big plays, right? It's easy to just be conservative, but you have to make big plays. This is the biggest game of their season. It's the biggest game of a lot of the players on that team's career, and so they have to be aggressive and get the best out of everything, every moment that they're out on the field.
Absolutely. Well, New England's tight end Rob Gronkowski was just cleared to play after suffering a concussion in the AFC Championship game. What can you tell us, Tiki, about his recovery and what concerns he might be having heading into game day?
Yeah, it's really hard with concussions. We all know about the CTE and the long-term effects of repeated head trauma, and you never want to put a player in jeopardy. But it's interesting when you hear former players talk about this. Brett Favre actually spoke on this today when asked how do you prevent or make the game safer. He said, don't play. I think a lot of players are aware of what's going on, and they opt in to play. And I think Rob Gronkowski is no different. The difference with him in the football game is market. New England can throw the ball downfield when he's in there. Brandon Cooks spreads the defense, but he's such a game changer because he's impossible to cover. Safeties are too small and linebackers are too slow. And so it's a definite advantage for the Pats, but we've seen even without him, like we did last week, they're still able to find ways to be productive.
Well, in the event that he is not 100% on Sunday, who will you be looking for to step up on the Patriots offense?
It'll always be, and I say this every Patriots Super Bowl, the running back will be the X factor. We saw it last year with James White. We see it with Dion Lewis and James White again this year. And so if they're not able to push the ball downfield because Rob Gronkowski isn't fully healthy or even active, which I think he will be, obviously, that intermediate game is going to play a whole lot into the Patriots offensive scheme to keeping the game regular. And by regular, I mean getting 2 yards on first down, getting 5 yards on second down. So you're in third and manageable situations, as opposed to being in 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 15, which are much obviously harder by statistic measure to get. So if Rob's not there, expect those running backs to have a huge impact on this game.
And Tiki, can you sum up what is at stake for both of these quarterbacks who are at completely different stages of their careers, especially when you look at Nick Foles, the twists and turns of his career path?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's been on an extraordinary high back in 2013 when he had 27 touchdowns and to only 2 interceptions, and actually played really well in the playoff, his first playoff experience, even though they lost that game, to being out of the league almost, and now being a backup and eventually back to a starter. It's a chance to best the best, which is very hard to do, especially against a Bill Belichick coach team. But Philly's been waiting forever, really, since the AFC and the NFC merged to win a Super Bowl. They've won championship prior to the merger, but winning a Super Bowl is something that Philadelphia fans would put him on a pedestal for probably forever. I mean, he have a statue right next to Rocky.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, with the New England Patriots, though, I watch sports because I want to see greatness, and it's so hard not to appreciate, despite not being a Pats fan, to appreciate how consistently amazing they have been year in and year out, despite injuries, despite controversies, despite whatever has been thrown their way. They're always able to stay focused and be prepared for that play. There's always one play or two plays that determine the game, and especially at the Super Bowl. The Pats always seem to make it.
Yeah, I mean, they are champions. There is no doubt about it. Well, finally, Tiki, I'm going to recuse myself because I'm from Chicago, and for me, it's always going to be about the Bears, having grown up with the '85 Bears. I'm going to put you on the hot seat, though. What is your prediction? Which team is going to hoist the Lombardi Trophy Sunday night?
Well, as a former New York Giant and a heated and hated rival of the Philadelphia Eagles, it's hard for me to pick them. But more importantly, it's really hard for me to pick against the New England Patriots. They've been on the stage so many times. They don't get flustered no matter what the score is, whether they're leading big or losing big. They're always playing to the last whistle. So I'm saying the Patriots are going to win this one, but I do think it's a close game. The Philadelphia Eagles have a better team on paper, but that doesn't matter in this game. So I'm still going to say the Pats are going to win.
They're hungry, though, Tiki. Philly's hungry.
They are. They really are. But New England is experienced, and they know how to win on this stage.
All right. Tiki Barber, thanks so much, Tiki.
My pleasure. Anytime.